or rather, it does, but not not by much.
Right.
Okay. All right. Who wants to recap what happened last time?
Not me, because admittedly, I don't remember a lot.
Same.
Let's see.
Okay, that leaves me.
Go for it.
Okay, so look at the characters here. So this is all relevant to Sean because I just keep notes relating to my character. So Sean made contact with Jukes, and they had a little meeting in a nice fancy restaurant, and they kind of established a quasi working relationship together. Sean also met with Nelson Sharp, and they have more of a blackmailing relationship, Sean on Nelson, and related to attempting to, because Sean is saying that Nelson's blood work came back saying he was on some kind of narcotics on drugs during the time of the accident in the mining incident. And then John met with Jukes, wanting to establish their own working relationship together. And that's about what I have. That's about it.
Anybody else want to add on to that has jogged their memories?
Well, I know Brooklyn or Jukes came to Ransom to sort of try and, or just to, or actually, I guess it was that Ransom came to Jukes after Jukes had dropped the dime about smuggling, and after which he confirmed that smuggling was happening, but sort of held off from there, and but he is now sort of aware of the Jukes' attempts to sort of jockey or favor jockey around the colony. He's not super happy about it.
Yes, and Jukes was called out on it by Ransom later, and now Jukes is working for Ransom a little more than he had bargained for.
Okay. Yeah, and then Nelson got to have some social time with friends. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
that
like
did
one of them's a friend. The other one's just kind of is a person.
a colleague, I guess.
Yeah, I was like, I heard you got fucked up a bit. Go have a drink or whatever and talk about it.
But yeah.
All right, but yeah, heavy role playing session last time.
Very Game of Thrones, as one viewer has pointed out.
I mean, what is the alien universe if not Game of Thrones in space?
I don't know.
Or is Game of Thrones the alien universe in medieval times?
I like that spin.
I mean, there is that book Alien Phalanx or whatever that was set on a world that's basically just doing medieval times throughout the entire planet, I think.
Yep. It might be actually. It might be even older than that. I thought it was supposed to be like more ancient era, like maybe not Bronze Age, but I thought it was older than medieval.
Yep. It's an entire planet of historical reenactors.
Those poor fools.
All right. Well, why don't we just go on down the list? So, what is Jukes up to now?
Oof. Oof, that's a good question. I've been trying to think about this since the last game. It's definitely gone in a direction I should have seen coming, but I didn't, and I'm having difficulties.
You mean you made your bed and you didn't plan on sleeping in it?
I know. What's up with that? Yeah, so like we talked about in the recap, he basically tried playing his hand a bit more than he should have around, multiple people to see
Mm-hmm.
if he could get his hands in multiple pots, so to speak. But it ended up that Ransom dug a little deeper, found out, and now he's wanting Jukes to basically continue as he was going to do with, I guess, coordinating with Anderton, but he was going to be more doing it under Ransom's call, I guess, um, for lack of better words.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the immediate terms, though, like, nothing new has shaken up since last time, and he's not been told to do anything else. So, as boring as it sounds, he's probably going to go back to his day job. And when he's not on his day job, he is probably going to try to blow off some steam and like go to whatever the colony's equivalent of a, you know, the the bar that he normally would go to, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Um, maybe strike up a conversation with the bartender or something. Um,
Okay.
yeah, that's the best. Yeah, I think if he's not on his job, he's gonna go to the bar and either talk to the bartender or like try to hit on someone.
He's
Try
got
to take his mind off of the things that have happened.
right. All right. Next one. What is Nelson up to?
I think he went back to his room last time, and so I don't know how much time has passed since we left off. But I think he's just kind of trying to relax. I don't know.
Okay. What about Sean?
Sean, since he wrapped up his initial investigation about the accident in the mine, he got the good job, way to go from his supervisor Vargas. So I imagine now he's going to swing back to the missing parts, all the stuff that's being stolen,
Mm-hmm.
and try to kind of circle back to that investigation to see what's going on.
Okay. And then what about Mr. John Ransom?
Let's see. So he'll have sort of reported back to his superiors. I can't remember. Was it? What's the name of the? Forget the name of the honcho, but he's going to go back there, and he's going to let him know that that Weyland-Yutani is, or at least there's a Weyland-Yutani executive or junior exec who's sniffing around this smuggling issue.
Okay. Yeah, it was Lucas Richardson as the head marshal.
Lucas.
Okay. So it's been a couple days since the incidents of everything happening last session. So you guys have, it's kind of been, business as usual. Like, Nelson, you've been relaxing the last couple days, just kind of getting back in the groove.
Mm.
Your shit boss Ken is expecting you back to work today.
Oh boy.
Brooklyn, you've been kind of doing, everything as normal. There hasn't really been a whole lot of flights going up and down, so you've just kind of been on standby for most of the time. Ransom, hasn't really been a whole lot going on as far as anything that would require the marshal's direct involvement. You guys have just been more trying to make sure you're keeping curious people from going down into the mines when they're not supposed to be, because everybody at this point has kind of heard that there's something going on down there, and curiosity gets the better of people. So y'all have had to like stop a few people from trying to like sneak through the rail terminal to get to the mining operations that are not miners and have no place being down there.
Oh, keep me busy.
And Sean, you have been you've been going back into this investigation of all the missing parts, which you did kind of get a little bit of a lead to find out that it did kind of coincide with the mining accident a little bit, not like a huge amount to what you were actually trying to do, but you did see that the mining operation has always has had like open orders for parts and everything like that as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Peter, it occurs to me, Jukes over the last day or so probably would have also been a slightly bit more paranoid, I guess, for lack of better words, because of Tada.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably expecting. He probably was expecting some sort of, um, backlash or someone to come for him or something along those lines, or like even additional word. I'm assuming that hasn't happened. So if that assumption is correct, he's probably loosened his guard since then. Like I guess things have settled down.
Yeah, funny you should mention that.
Indeed.
Because while you are in said bar, chatting up the bartender and everything like that, your buddy Tada walks in. Kind of looking at, trying to figure out the expression on his face. You're not quite sure if it's hostile or maybe just confused, curious, not quite sure. Could be all three for all you know.
Does it seem directed at me, or does it just seem in general like that's his mood?
No, he definitely like sees, like, this is the kind of the look on his face, like as he sees you when he walks in.
Gotcha. Okay.
He comes up, sits next to you. Hey, Jukes, what's going on? What's happening?
Just unwinding after hardly working. Can I get you a drink?
Yeah, that'd be good. Thanks, man.
Of course. Wave the bartender over. What do you? And well, I look over to Tada. What?
Yeah, I mean,
do you
he just you know he says he'll just take a beer.
All right. Yep. Get him a beer. I'll take one. The same.
So yeah, he starts drinking it and everything like that, and kind of like Lissy is like, so what happened? Heard some shit went down.
Yeah, man. Security was tighter than I thought I could get away with. Simple as that.
Like, yeah, it sucks. Yeah, oh man, it's like, hey, like when I actually ended up coming back down, I saw that saw one of the ships was taped off. You know what happened there?
Yeah, the marshals got their hands on it. Yeah. So you can see why maybe I was a little hesitant to go forward if they were that close in the trail.
He's kind of like sits. He's just kind of like sitting there looking at his drink. It's kind of like looks like he's kind of like thinking really hard on it. Like he's trying to make a decision of some kind. It's like, man, I've had this operation going good for the last like 5 years now, and none of the marshals have come across anything in that entire time. And now, all of a sudden, they seem to have stumbled upon it, and it's just trying to make sense of it, man. Like, help me out here. Like, help me kind of like piece this stuff together.
Well, I know there's a company guy who's been sniffing around. New guy.
Really?
Yeah, he's been digging around on that sort of information.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and for now, go ahead and give me a manipulation roll.
Sure.
Because while you're not lying to him, you are still trying to like, say it's like, yeah, no, I had nothing to do with that.
Indeed. What can I say? Habits. Any modifiers?
No modifiers, just straight.
Alrighty.
Go ahead and actually add a stress level onto that because he's kind of, he's asking you directly about something.
Sure.
That
He's putting the pressure on me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me re-roll then, since.
Yeah. Well, just roll the stress die on there.
One moment. Close. Cancel.
Actually, if you just hit the 1d6 button on there, I think that'll work.
Nope. That's not what
Okay.
I want. Let me just do a base die.
Actually, there's a stress die one.
Is there?
Yeah. Save that.
Oh yeah, there is. Whoops.
I didn't roll anything though.
Hold on. There we go.
Oh, there it goes.
No
Okay.
luck.
Clearly, my bluffing is the only king so far. I'm feeling he's pressuring me, and not having a good answer for him. My deflection is only doing so much.
Yeah. Well, he's kind of looking at you, kind of looking at you a little suspiciously, but he doesn't like seem to press more onto you, and he's all like, "So who's this company asshole?"
Name's Anderton.
Anderton.
Sean Anderton.
And how'd you hear about him?
Because I was trying to get on his good side.
What
But
I know of
worry,
getting...
don't worry, I didn't give him any names.
So you told him about the ship?
After it was already being confiscated by the marshals, yeah. Out of character. Truth is such a beautiful thing.
It's like, I can't keep lying like this. I can't do it.
Well, I mean, it is true. I told him after the marshals, just not the whole nothing but the truth. Implying things that aren't the case.
So what, you're playing the company game now? Is that it?
Hey, man. The company, they own everything. You can't not play the company game.
Yeah, well, unless you're actually part of the company, you're likely to get stabbed in the back faster than anybody else, because you are more expendable than they are.
I know, man. I know. But I can't help if I'm looking for a little something more.
God damn it, Jukes. He finishes his beer and it's kind of like, not like slams the glass down on the thing, but you know, kind of puts it roughly down and everything like that, and just kind of gets up and walks away.
Hey, as he's just about to leave.
He
Come on.
he turns to look at you. What?
Good luck. Like, sincerely, he says that. Sincere tone.
He just kind of like he scoffs a little bit and just and leaves.
Right? Well, I motion the bartender for something a little stronger. Get back to drinking.
All right. Now, Sean, Mr. Anderton.
Yes.
So you've gone into going into your office. You're going in and trying to pull up the all of your documentation that you've been keeping on all of this stuff, and you can't find it.
On the thievery or the
Like pretty much all the stuff that you've been working on recently, both your report on the mining accident as well as like the equipment thievery.
So Sean is going to do a quick check, see if he can find out what has happened to his stuff. Because he is fairly proficient with computer-related items. So I'd like to roll a Comtech to see if he's able to kind of dig into the history of his terminal to see if anyone left a trace behind.
Okay.
With that. And I'd like to use a story point for that.
Okay. This will actually be a like, are you wanting to use it in lieu of doing a roll, or in addition to the roll?
So will the story point be an automatic success in addition to the roll?
Well, using the story point along with the roll would add a success to it.
I see. Yes, I'd like to do that.
Okay. So go ahead and make your roll.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to push that.
You need one more. I can only see 8 on there.
I should have 1, 2. Yeah.
I see 6, 7, 8. Your context 3. Your wits is 5, so that's 8. And then adding your story point would make it 9. So you need one more. So just hit the base dice button and put in 1.
Mm-hmm. Can I just do that as a modifier?
Well, that would be. I mean, normally yes, you would have put it in as a modifier, but in this case, just hit the base dice and put 1 for the extra roll.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
1. Okay. And then this will be for the push.
Attention all Andromedans. This station
Okay.
operates in
Why
linear
did that not
space-time.
roll the...
Please refrain from using hyperspace travel and communication.
That's strange.
That is strange because you're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Attention
you're missing,
all
like,
Andromedans.
4
This
dice in
station
there.
operates in linear space-time.
Should I just roll it as a
Please
base dice
refrain
then?
from using
Yeah,
hyperspace
just roll
travel and
4 more.
communication.
Roll 4 base dice.
Okay.
There we go.
That's a lot of
Hallelujah.
success.
Yeah. So who's going into my shit?
Yeah, see, that's what it should have looked like.
Yeah. I don't know why it... No.
All right. So after checking the most obvious places, like, you know, somebody fucking with you and just putting your recycling bin and shit like that, you know, you don't find any of that. So, but you do see that somebody has access to your system.
Well, that's obvious.
Well, I mean, from the outside of your computer terminal.
Uh-huh. And that's all I'll get. 5 successes.
I'm trying to figure out how far in to take this. So you have a total of 5 successes. So what do you want to? So your first success. 1, 2. So you are first off. This was a competitive role. So your first 2 successes went toward actually succeeding.
Okay.
So you have 3 dice left over for stunts. How do you want to spend your 3 successes on this? Like, what avenues do you want to go down here?
Let me pull up my PDF.
So for Comtech, your stunts are gain a +1 modification to a later skill roll related to this one. You don't need to roll to overcome the exact same challenge in the future. You do it quickly in half the time. You get new or unexpected information, GM's choice. You hide your tracks or you show off. And in this case, I'm assuming that new or unexpected information is really the only applicable thing.
Yes, that's what I want to go with.
Okay. Well, you have 3 extra dice. How many do you want to put toward what?
I'd like to put those 3 towards you get new or unexpected information.
Okay.
Choice.
So the information that you get going through, first one, the breach to your system was done on Colony. It was it came from somewhere in the you're able to track it down to the living quarters, and you're able to track it down to the floor that the living quarters were on.
Which is?
It's like the 5th floor.
Is that the? I can't remember how they're split up. So the 5th floor would be. Is that the executive suites? Or
No, it's the common suites.
Okay.
Or common suites, common rooms.
Right. Okay.
Is there any other organization to the floors apart from that, like alphabetical or by type of people working there?
No, it's mostly just like the way the floors are set up. It's basically you're either a worker or you're an executive.
Right.
But that information would be readily available, correct? As to who's on what floor?
Yeah.
Okay. So Sean is going to pull up the roster of who's on the 5th floor
Mm-hmm.
and download that information.
Okay.
The 5th floor tenants. Okay.
All right. So there's there's a good amount of people that stay on each floor and whatnot, but either coincidentally or not, this is also the floor that Mr. Nelson Sharp stays on.
Sean would probably not suspect Nelson Sharp because Nelson is a minor. He's not computer savvy. Or at least doesn't appear to be computer savvy. Would Sean recognize any other name in that list?
Nobody you've met.
Okay. And Sean would be able to see the occupation of the tenants.
Yeah, I mean, it's like there nobody is like it. So like the floors aren't necessarily like switched up into like here's where all the miners stay, here's where all the engineers stay, here's where all the storekeepers stay. You know, it's nothing like that, right? It's just
Okay.
people have been put into rooms basically like as they come up.
Right. And I guess what I'm trying to get to is, would Sean be able to determine if occupant, the person in room 501,
Mhm.
are they a computer like electrical engineer, or are they a systems manager or something like that?
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. Can you see their occupation? Basically, is what you're asking, right?
Right, because it'd be easier to say, well, this guy's a computer engineer, and he was probably, or he or she could be capable of retrieving information off of my private machine, as
Mhm.
opposed to a miner, or a ship tech or something like that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there are like one or two people on the floor that could definitely fit this description.
Yeah.
But I mean, for all you know, the person who got into your stuff might also be misleading you to this as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, is there anything remaining? I mean, was it just the files relating to those two topics, those two investigations?
Well,
Or was it
being
like a complete, like, were they the physical files, or were these files in a computer? Or
it was
both?
it was the files in your computer, like on your network drive.
Okay. Well,
there is something. There is a file that is in there that was not there before. It looks like it's an image file.
Sean's going to click on that file to view.
It is a poop emoji.
Oh.
I'm sorry, what?
A poop emoji.
Yep. The nice little soft serve looking happy little soft serve brown soft serve character.
Well, Sean's not very happy right now.
I'm glad such emoticons live on to
I was going to
200
say,
years in the future.
200 years in the future.
I
classic
imagine,
Sean's
never
out
goes
of-
back.
I imagine it's not like an exact representation of the poop emoji, but it's of course, compiled into that green text to make it look like the poop emoji.
Like ASCII art or whatever.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, golly. Well, Sean is debating whether to A, go to the marshals, B, alert Vargas of this infiltration, or C, maybe he could go to a system administrator. They'd have to have a computer like IT group on the colony.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I think Sean will go there first.
Okay.
Tech support. Oh God.
Like, great, I have to deal with the computer nerds now.
Ugh. Socially inept. Okay. So assuming Sean knows which of the two spaces to go into to talk to somebody.
Yeah. Well, like, so when you go in there, the entire like area, it's like, I mean, you see people work at computers, but you also see like the gigantic, like, you know, server units and everything like that are all like connected together and everything like that. So it's like a combination of that and people sitting at computers and stuff.
So is this cubicle land or are they individual offices?
Yes.
What?
It looks like it looked like it started in like, you know, a very like organized fashion, but like as stuff was like added in and moved up, you know, it's kind of like the cubicles are kind of like in the middle of like the cubicles are made up of the servers. You know what I mean?
Got it. Okay. And would Sean know anyone here? Assuming he would.
Maybe not personally, but you may have like met them. May have met them before.
Okay. Well, Sean will walk in and want to talk to the manager.
Okay. Let's see.
He's going full Karen.
All right. So you are directed to a person named Reeves. They call him Joe. Joe Reeves is a woman, short for Joanne.
Mm-hmm.
So you meet her, and she looks at you and says, "Can I help you?"
Hi, Miss Reeves. My name is Sean Anderton. I'm with Wayland Utani.
Yeah, I know who you are.
Oh, well, that's flattering. Because I don't know who you are.
Not really.
I had an issue with my computer in the office.
Have you turned it off and turned it back on again?
No, I did not.
Well, go do that, then come back.
Sean's going to push his tongue to the side of his cheek and just kind of continue. Someone has illegally accessed my files and removed them. And I would like to find out when this happened and who was responsible for it.
I see. Okay, what's your terminal number?
9218.
She starts kind of typing away on it. And just kind of does a preliminary thing. Is like, well, don't see anything right here. Was there anything missing?
I had 2 files missing on 2 separate occasions.
Does anybody have any access to your computer terminal but you?
No.
Are you sure?
You should have the files as to who has access or not. Correct?
Well, yes, but that doesn't mean that people don't give other people their passwords for some god-known reason.
I have not provided anyone with my passwords.
Yeah, you look like you keep too many things to yourself. All right, let me get in here. And she goes to work on trying to see what happens. Are you gonna just stand there the whole time?
Well, how long is this going to take, Miss Reeves?
I don't know. It depends on how thorough I have to be.
Well, I will come back in an hour's time, and hopefully you'll be very thorough.
All right. Well, see you later.
Goodbye. Sean will take leave and then go get a bite of lunch over at the... What's the fancy place called again? Beressus?
What do we got? I think we wrote it down on the cat thing, right?
Let's see.
Let's see. Should be up here. Da-da-da. I know I put it in there because I wanted to make sure that it was in there for later.
I thought it was Beressus or something.
It was an Italian name that I put in there.
Hmm.
Da-da-da-da-da.
It's called the Rada to Troya.
How's that? How's that? Thought I put it in the. Thought I put it in the chat. Maybe not. Let me see. Well, shit.
Well, whatever it is, that's the place he's
The
going
fancy,
to.
the fancy restaurant, yeah.
The fancy restaurant.
I'll have to look at the last VOD or whatever, and I'll actually write it down after that. So yeah, you go to the rec area to have lunch at the fancy restaurant. Anything that you're going to be doing while you're there? Is it just going to be kind of like eat and wait, or are you going to like?
He's probably going to text his partner to see if he's able to join him for lunch. Yuki?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And if he does join him, then they'll just have small conversation. He's not going to disclose that someone has access to his... Sean will not disclose that someone has access to his terminal.
Okay. So yeah, no, Yuki will definitely join you. They haven't had lunch yet.
Okay.
So yeah, Yuki comes in. He's looking a little tired.
Hmm.
Attention all Andromedans. This station operates in linear
He-
space-time.
Assuming you know.
From using hyperspace travel and
Question: Are you the kind of partner that would mention that sort of thing?
Am I or
Attention
Sean?
all
It's Sean.
Andromedans. This station operates in linear
Sean probably would,
space-time.
yes.
Please refrain from
Okay.
using hyperspace travel and
So
communication.
yeah. So
Sean's going to say, Yuki, you need a spa day because you're looking kind of rough.
yeah, and been having weird dreams the last couple nights. Of all
Dreams?
things that like my mother of all people keeps showing up in them.
Oh. What's your mother doing in these dreams?
Well, you know, just kind of doing what she did in life and ripping out my heart.
Well, we're far away from her now.
Yeah, I mean, I know that like there's like a symbolism in dreams, so I'm not quite sure what the literal heart ripping here has got to do with anything.
You mean she's literally ripping your heart out?
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay.
Kind of disturbs me, and I end up waking up like 2 hours earlier ahead of time, which is why you kind of haven't really seen me in the morning, because I just can't get back to sleep, so I might as well just get up and kind of go to work.
Yeah, I've noticed that, but I just figured maybe you had early appointments.
Yeah. I think I'm definitely going to
Well-
start with a really strong coffee.
That would be wise. Well, let me schedule a spa day for the both of us.
That sounds amazing.
Oh, good. Okay, so Sean will do that on his whatever futuristic kind of cell phone he would have to make that appointment.
Yeah, I mean, I figure you have like a PDA type thing, and
Yeah.
I figure
Gotta think of that.
I pretty much figure that everybody at this point has like a personal like data pad that they do everything through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be like one of those old, what are they called? Like literally the Palm Pilots. Like-
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That's about right. So yeah, he'll take out his futuristic Palm Pilot and make an appointment to schedule it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, you guys have a nice lunch. You talk about, how y'all's day's been going and whatnot, and how shitty colony life is compared to living on Earth, and so on and so forth, and just kind of have a nice little afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mr. Nelson.
I was drinking. What's up?
So, you are woken up kind of later in the morning by your little Roomba buddy.
Okay.
And so, kind of like with this little like beeping thing. Just kind of like a beeping alarm thing. It's rather annoying, and he does it specifically instead of your normal alarm, because he knows you can just turn your normal alarm off.
Okay. Like, I think Nelson would probably say or yell at Timmy to try to stop that shit. It's like, all right, I'm up, kind of a thing.
You're not up, so you get out of bed.
All right, what is it? What's going on?
Next game is due for you.
What do you mean?
I asked if you wanted me to put shit in the one guy's shoe, and you said, yeah, knock yourself out, so I did.
Okay. Thanks.
You want to see?
I think I'm gonna pass on that. But I appreciate it though. I'm like, just character-wise, Nelson's not quite sure what Timmy did exactly, but he's just going to, just not really think of much of anything about it. Considering, it's a Roomba. I mean, a Roomba that can talk, but still.
Well,
So,
what do you want me to do with it then?
I don't know. If it's fucking goddamn it, I don't know. I don't know. Put it in the trash, I guess.
Okay.
And so you like hear Timmy just kind of like making these like sounds and everything like that. It's like he's like simulating the sound of like a paper shredder.
Hmm.
It's on.
Wait. So if you were shredding papers, what papers were they?
Explore dramatic effect cost.
Okay. All right. I guess there's nothing to worry about. Okay then. Not sure what to. Damn it! I always run into this circle where it's like, okay, cool, something happens. Now what? Type of thing. But all right.
I think you just exonerated our friend Sean Anderton.
No, that couldn't be it. That doesn't make any that doesn't make any logical sense, but okay. I guess Nelson would probably check the PDA or whatever, the tablet thing that we just mentioned, and see if there's any kind of like anything that he might have missed, because to me it seemed rather abrupt about the alarm.
I mean, you don't really see anything on your PDA or anything like that. That's not supposed to be there anyway.
Okay.
He was probably holding whatever it was. He was probably just holding it in his storage, and he would have probably sent it to you.
Oh, okay. But since he didn't send it to me, I don't have that information, do I?
Nope.
Alrighty then.
Well, hey, whatever it was, you now have plausible deniability.
True. Whatever that might have been. I guess, what, is this, in the morning still, or?
Yeah, it's, well, it's like late morning.
Okay, I guess Nelson would probably try to, make himself something to eat, or whatever, and, think about what to do for the rest of the day, or at least start thinking about that kind of a thing.
Yeah. Well, you're supposed to report back to work today, so.
Oh shit! Right. Nelson's not late for that, is he?
It's kind of one of those things where it's just like you're more or less on call, and unless you're actually needed.
Right. No, yeah. I mean, that's the other thing.
They expect you to check in at least.
No, yeah. I guess Nelson could probably check in with fucking what's his face? Is it Ken?
Ken, yeah.
Okay. I guess after breakfast, Nelson would probably check in again. But I thought how it more or less was working was because since Nelson technically didn't finish working on the drill or whatever, that was still a pending task to be completed.
Oh, it is.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, they've been getting other people to do, what job that you're supposed to be doing while you've been out, but. But they're a little short on parts.
Right. Okay. I guess I'll I guess we can give Ken a call, see what's going on.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I call him. I was like, Sharp.
Yo, how goes it?
Why aren't you at work?
That is a good question. I'm gonna get right on that. Is there anything that we it's still been a while. I'm still kind of a little bit out of it, but what if there is anything that is needed? Do we need to look into it before I show up there?
Well, apparently those eggheads down at the geology labs are about to make a quote-unquote breakthrough down in the mines down there. So it looks like they want all hands on deck. So get down there as quick as possible. Just be on standby.
All right.
And don't blow anything else up.
Oh yeah, of course. I'll make that my number one priority. Okay. I guess Nelson would hang up and then start heading down to the rail.
Okay. So,
Anything else you want me to do, boss?
No, thanks, Timmy. Just do your thing, I guess.
You got it, boss.
and you see him Roomba away. All right, Mr. Ransom.
That's me.
That is a you. All right.
Why have... Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'll make sure it didn't drop off there. But yes, Mr. Ransom. That's me.
All right. So, what's Mr. Ransom up to?
Well, after filing his report and sort of giving Lucas his own personal debrief, he's going to go back home and back to his apartment, and probably the night's probably no good for sleep, so he's going to just see what's on. I assume that on these colonies that there's some sort of like loop of vids or television or movies or something. Like they have it in sort of similar to what they have in like Alaska, where they just sort of like have a 30-hour loop of something.
Right.
So he'll just be watching whatever's on.
Okay, so relaxing, chilling, acting all cool.
Yep.
Shooting some b-ball outside of school.
Yep. Enjoying the lack of guys.
Okay. So yeah, so there's not a whole lot that is required of you at the moment, as you've basically been kind of you've been on shift for like 3 days straight, and so they're kind of giving, this is your day off.
Yeah.
So is that pretty much how you're gonna spend the time, just kind of kick back, relaxing, and everything like that?
Yeah, just unwinding, making some I don't know, soy egg scramble or whatever it is they have for home cooking here on the colony, and just waiting until I hear word that they're inevitably going to want me back in for something.
Yeah. You do have a message on your PDF saying that the activity in the mine is starting to pick up. So just kind of be ready to jump into action at any point in time right now.
I'll keep his work shoes on.
Okay. But yeah, other than that, right now, yeah, nothing a whole lot going on after that. Mr. Jukes.
Hello.
So, are you still sitting there in the bar drinking away your sorrows?
Actually, he's probably drinking a little more than he should be, in fact. As far as how much, that I'm uncertain about, and maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure how many. How many drinks he might have.
Is Jukes drinking to get drunk?
Yes.
He's drinking to get drunk. Okay. So the bartender is giving you about four, a couple beers and a couple shots and everything like that, but he's kind of looking at you like, buddy, it's not even noon yet.
It's happy hour somewhere.
Yeah,
Just not
well,
here.
that's on a different planet, not here.
So you cutting me off?
I mean, I assume that you have some sort of work to do, and judging by your attire, it involves that of the heavy propulsion type.
Would Jukes be working that day?
I mean, you're always on call, right?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, well, he's like, oh. Yeah, fine. And he pays up his tab. Go find fun elsewhere.
Yeah, you might want to get something greasy in your stomach, soak up that alcohol.
Fine, can I take like a burger to go?
Yeah, puts in the order, like, 5-10 minutes later, you got a little styrofoam doggy bag type thing.
Okay, well, Jukes might be on standby, but until he's actually getting a call, he's looking to take his mind off things still.
Mm-hmm. As you're leaving, you do see Mr. Anderton over there in the fancy restaurant, having his lunch. What looks like having his lunch with, I guess it looks like one of the medical doctors.
Okay. No one I recognize though, right?
No.
No, okay. Yeah, well, fuck that asshole then. But that actually... I think Jukes would be enough of an asshole. Even though it's like midday, he's probably drunk enough to try to see if he can hit up his old fling. And, like, find out when she's... Well, like...
What time she gets off work?
Yeah, like, go up to her while she's trying to do her job and being like, hey, when's your shift ending? That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're gonna go to the infirmary or whatever.
Yes, correct.
Or the med lab.
Yep. And he's chowing down on his burger as he's walking.
Mm-hmm.
And like presumably by the time he gets there, he's finished it and like tosses it and then tosses the baggie in the nearby trash bin or something.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you get to the med lab area here, where you assume that she's probably working at.
Yep. So if she's not immediately visible, he's probably just gonna go up to the first nurse or doctor or whatever he sees, and he's like, "Hey, is Robin around?"
They kind of look at you. It's all like, "Sir, are you okay?"
Fine. Looking for a friend. Her name is Robin. Do you know if she is around?
Yes.
Can I talk to her, please?
I'm not sure you can talk correctly at all right now.
I'll be the judge of that. Thank you. Tries to present himself a little more not inebriated. Probably not succeeding.
Mm-hmm. While you're doing that, you kind of you see her round the corner.
Oh, hey, Robin.
She kind of stops short and like, Brooklyn? Hi. You all right?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. How you doing?
Great.
Just we're gonna catch up. See when you're off. Grab something. See how we've been doing.
Brooklyn, are you drunk?
What if I am? Like that has nothing to do. It made me think. That I hadn't talked to you in a while. Regardless of what I am right now, does not affect that simple truth, does it?
She makes a big exasperated sigh and just kind of like grabs you by the arm and brings you like actually into the med lab area. Come here. Leads you into one of the rooms and whatnot.
What? No, I'm fine. I just had a few drinks.
Lay down.
He does so, but yeah.
It is way too early for you to be drunk like this, especially as a pilot, because if they call you in and you're drunk off your ass, that's a one-way trip off this colony and being fired with no severance. Give me your arm.
Gives her his arm.
She hooks up a bag of saline and just kind of like puts it and like kind of sticks you with it. Does it actually very fluidly. Like she doesn't like miss the vein or anything. Now stay here until this thing is done, and hopefully you don't get called. And don't come around asking for me when you're like this. Give me a call later.
Okay. And he just lies down.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of half grumbling, half maybe even nodding off.
Mm-hmm. So when you nod off,
I suspect that even though one normally does not remember anything when they're passing out drunk, I might be experiencing something.
I mean, I've remembered my drunken dreams. A little fuzzy, but you know.
Yeah, fair enough.
So you nod off, and you're back on Earth.
Oh.
Yeah, you're at a family get together.
Family. Haven't dreamed about family in a while.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's one of those big family barbecues that you always used to have.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of miss those. I mean, not the family, but the barbecues were nice.
Mm-hmm. But, you know, the dream is kind of going on and whatnot. You're talking to a bunch of your old buddies and everything like that. You see a couple people that you recognize.
Yeah?
You know, you see Tada there. Robin's there. But, you know, dream logic, right? You know, whoever's going to be there is going to be there.
Exactly. Yeah? No, totally makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And then you know, your mother calls you over to the table to talk to you. It's like, come on, come here, baby. Let me see you real quick.
Yeah, Mom.
And
Goes over.
she kind of like, you know, looks up, kind of like does the, you know, the motherly, like, you know, grabs you by, you know, puts both of her arms on your shoulders, not just kind of like, you know, appraising you and everything like that.
Uh-huh.
So like, you've become such a good man. Just I don't want you to do anything dumb while you're up there.
Sorry, Mama. I'll try not to get into trouble.
I know you will, baby. I know you will. But don't worry, there'll always be a piece of you with me. As as she shoves her hand into your chest. And then you see your heart just kind of like sitting on her palm and everything like that. Doesn't hurt or you don't think you're feeling pain or anything like that, but it's definitely weird.
I imagine it's kind of like when you sometimes have that like feeling where you aren't in control anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see what's going on, but there's nothing you can do.
Yeah. Then it kind of uncoils from her hand and kind of like slithers down her arm and whatnot. Kind of weird, disgusting imagery.
Yeah.
And
it's
as
getting a little freaky.
Yeah. But you're still sitting there alive and whatnot, despite not having a heart in your chest.
Mm-hmm.
And you look around, and all your friends and family and everything like that, they're kind of laughing and carrying on, but they're kind of like starting to look a little strange. And the laughs are kind of like devolving into this kind of like high-pitched screeching sound.
Jukes holds his hand, or he tries to hold his hands like to his ears, but it's probably like that slow motion kind of feeling where you're like trying to go through really thick water to do it.
Mm-hmm. And it's despite putting your hands over your ears and everything, you can kind of like hear it pretty much hear it clear as day and everything like that. And there's high-pitched screeching and sounds like the equivalent of like steam pipes hissing and everything like that. And then you wake up. You look over. Looks like the IV drip is done doing its thing. You don't really feel hungover or anything like that, thankfully, which is probably why she put you on the IV drip.
Alright, Jukes looks around to see if there's anybody like monitoring him or like would potentially stop him to unplug himself and get out of there.
Yeah, well, you're not really like plugged into anything. You just have the drip in like in your arm.
IV. Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody like immediately there. You can hear people outside.
Yeah. Well, between the dream and the IV, I think he's probably sobered up pretty quick. So he's just gonna look to take the IV out and leave the infirmary and if he if he can, head back to his room to collect his thoughts.
You're gonna take the IV out yourself?
Yeah. Gonna try to anyway.
Okay. Let's see. Do you have any medical skill?
Do I have any medical skill? Let me check. I do not.
You do not. Okay. So, I mean, you could definitely attempt to take the thing out. You probably, I mean, it's not hard to take an IV out and everything like that, but there's usually, you know, more to it than just taking it out of the arm.
Sure.
So, you want to continue down that path?
Yeah, I think he's gonna try it.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. You take the needle out and everything like that, and you know, it's kind of bleeding now.
He just uses his hand to like put pressure over it. If there's like anything nearby that looks like it would have band-aids or the like gauze or whatever, he might go over to take
I mean, there's
that, but-
nothing like sitting out or anything.
Yeah. Okay, then he's just gonna use his hand to hold that, you know, in place until he get, again, assuming no one stops him, you know, until he gets to his room, and then he'll use whatever he has in his room to
Right.
wrap that up.
Okay.
He just does not want to be here thinking about what just happened.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to be somewhere else.
Yeah,
logic is not really a priority right now.
one of the nurses sees you come out of the room and everything like that, and sees you like holding your arm, and says, "The hell are you doing?"
Got a call. Gotta go. And tries to make a more hurried escape.
Okay. I mean, they don't like chase after you completely and whatnot, but you know, they try to call out for you to like stop you, but they don't like try to tackle you or anything like that.
Right. All right.
So yeah, you can make it out just fine.
Right. Well, then he's gonna head back to his room. If you know, take whatever once he gets to his room, you know, bandage up his arm however he can there, and then just have deep thought about what he just dreamed, what's going on in his life.
Like, am I really the person that I'm supposed to be right now? What the hell is that all supposed to mean? It's got to have a meaning, right?
Indeed. Just, you know, life is not what he thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Sean, Mr. Anderton.
Yes.
All right. So you in your while you're having lunch, like near the end of kind of your lunchtime, you and Yuki are finishing up. You get a message on your you get a message or whatever from Vargas asking where the hell the files went.
Are we finished with lunch?
Yeah, you're finishing up. Like, it's kind of like one of the things where it's like you just have like a couple little things left on your plate and whatnot. You know, the part like when you're about to pay and, you know, be done.
Yeah. So I will leave more than enough cash for the food and the tip. And I'll tell Yuki, listen, I need to go talk to Vargas And I'll shoot you a message when we have our appointment together. Okay?
All right, I'll see you later.
Okay. Bye.
See ya.
And Sean's going to hightail it back to the offices.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, thank you. Yep. Move him up there. Okay. So he'll go ahead and tap on Vargas's door prior to entering.
Mm-hmm. Anderton, what the hell?
I come in this morning, go to my computer, open it up, and everything relating to those two investigations, the mining and the theft, everything's gone. All that's left is a poop emoji. I'm not kidding you.
She just kind of looks at you a little with that blank / you've got to be fucking with me look.
I have the IT manager, Joanne Reeves, trying to retrieve information as to who would have accessed my files. Sneaky.
Anderton, you haven't been on this colony for even a month yet, and already you've got this fuck up.
It is not my fault that if our IT people are so incompetent that they can let anyone break through the firewall.
You have till the end of the day to find me to get me that report back. Tick-tock. The clock is ticking.
Sean will exit the office and go straight down to tech support.
Okay.
To go pay Joanne a visit.
Mr. Anderton, how's it going?
I'll be much better when those files are put back on my computer.
Linear space-time. Please refrain from using hyperspace travel and communication.
So where are we?
Well,
Attention all Andromeda.
I was able to track down the data link to somewhere in the living quarters, so it looks like some enterprising individual wants to play hacker.
Who is this individual?
Well, that's just it. The signature, as when I had finally gotten there, the signature for the signal was gone.
I see. I am a simple company agent, Miss Reeves.
Sorry. Go on.
Without any formal training in how to do work in IT. And I was able to determine that it was linked to the 5th floor of the living quarters. And that's all you can tell me. And you are in charge of the entire operation here. Please tell me you have something else.
Well, here's the names of all the people living on the floor that I was able to track it down to. Recognize any of them? Make any enemies lately? I know you suit types are pretty good at that.
Any idiot can get that roster with minimal effort.
Exactly.
So, please explain to me how you're better than an idiot and you're sitting in that chair as the director of our IT operation. Because right now, you're telling me that you and your staff are completely incapable of preventing a hacker from accessing files in the administrative office. Is that what you're telling me?
No, that's just you putting words in my mouth.
And what are you telling me?
I'm telling you to look at this list of people and tell me if there's any names that you recognize that you might have pissed off recently.
How is that relevant?
Do you want me to do my job or not? Because if not, I'll just go back to, you know, doing what I did before you came into my office earlier.
The only person I know on that floor is Nelson Sharp.
And did you do anything to piss him off lately?
He was a part of my investigation with the mining incident a few days
So
ago.
the answer is yes.
That's how you want to take it, yes.
Look, I'll try and do a sweep of specified sweep of his terminal and see what comes up. But after that, that's about all I can do from this point.
That's all you can do.
She just kind of shrugs.
What can you do to prevent something like this from happening again?
We already have the preventative measures in place. However, it seems that whoever got through found a loophole of sorts, brute forced it, what have you. Whatever they did, they were able to get through it. So, it's not necessarily our fault. You can blame your corporate overlords for not paying for a better package.
Oh. Our corporate overlords are also paying you to do what you're supposed to be doing, which as of right now, you've provided me with nothing that I didn't already know, for I wasted my time an hour and a half ago walking through that door.
Well, don't know what else to tell you.
I see. Thank you for your time.
Yep. I'll give you a ring if I find anything.
I'm sure you will. Thank you. Sean's going to make his way up to the 5th floor of the living complex, living quarters.
Okay.
Zoom in.
Are you just gonna go and try and pay Mr. Sharp a visit, or are you gonna do anything else?
Sean is going to pay a visit to Mr. Sharp.
Okay. So you go to his apartment building, knock on the door. No answer. Kind of hit the little chime and everything like that. Still no answer. Doesn't seem to be there.
Well, then Sean will go down to the marshal's office.
All right. One second. Yeah.
There we go. Thank you.
All right. Marshal's office.
I would like to speak to Marshal Richardson, please.
You get directed to his office. Who am I? Just basically like, you're kind of like talking to a secretary right now. It's like,
Mhm.
and your name?
Sean Anderton.
All right. Head Marshal Lucas, there's a Mr. Sean Anderton to see you. All right. Send him in. Yeah, we'll see
Hello,
what's up.
Marshal Richardson.
Mr. Anderton, what can I do for you and the illustrious representatives of Weyland-Yutani?
Sean's going to give a very fake smile, and he's going to invite himself to sit down in the chair that's across from Richardson. I'm in a bit of a conundrum, Marshal.
Mm-hmm.
The investigation I had going with the mining incident and the investigation I've been conducting about the theft of company property on this colony, both of those files have been stolen from me on my personal computer in the executive office.
And have you gone to the IT guys? I mean, there's not much we can do about it.
Well, that is theft of company property. The tech support personnel, as incompetent as they are, they pinned it back to Nelson Sharp.
Isn't that the guy, one of the guys came back from the mining accident?
It is, yes.
See, and do you want us to arrest this person or something?
Well,
is there anything
what
you
you
have?
do-
Anything else you have to go on besides that?
What?
Besides what you have?
Well,
We
that's
can
why
bring
I'm
him in
coming
for
to you.
questioning, but that's about it so far.
That's why I'm bringing it to you so you can do your job trying to figure out who stole company property from my computer.
All right, I'll put a word out to bring him in for questioning.
Okay.
Anything else?
And in the interim,
No, unless you have any other leads.
how well do you know Miss Reeves down in IT?
About as well anybody else here. She's been here about 5 years now.
I see. And how long have you been here?
I've been here since about a year after the colony started. Once they actually got everything up and running. So
And that
going
was
on 10 years now.
On 10 years, I see. Okay, so you've been here about twice the time she's been here.
Just about, yeah. It's me and Ransom have been here the longest, and most of the other marshals have been cycling in and out.
Who was the other person you just mentioned?
John Ransom, my deputy marshal.
I see. Have you, shifting gears here, have you discovered anything about the theft of machinery parts? Do you have anyone investigating that?
Yeah, well, we had Ransom was looking into to a ship that said he was tipped off on that had some of the goods on it.
I see. And is that ship still in port?
Yeah, it's taped off right now. Nobody's allowed to take it up or down at the moment.
Oh, what's the name of the ship, if you don't mind?
I actually wrote this down. It's the Nanshan.
Nanshan. And you found confiscated goods there, or?
Yeah, a couple crates of it. Looked like it was getting ready to be shipped up.
in the files that had been stolen from me, there's a direct correlation between the mining accident and this operation of stealing company property.
Well, it's not too hard to put together. Missing machine
No.
parts, blowing up, equipment blowing up. You don't
Yes.
have when you don't have the parts to fix stuff, things tend to break.
That is very true. That is very true. Have you investigated anyone else relating to this, or do you have any suspects?
Well, pretty much all the pilots are suspect right now because they would be the ones who would be taking stuff up and down. The entirety of the flight line personnel is suspect because they would have had to load, somebody on there would have had to load the equipment onto the ships. Everybody in the mining operation, everybody in the labs, pretty much everybody who works in any of the areas that has had stuff missing.
That's quite the list, Marshal.
Yep. 1,100 colonists. There's maybe 150 to 200 that I might be able to mark off the list as of just getting here, but who knows? Maybe they've already been let in on it before they got here. So, nobody's above suspicion. Even you, Mr. Anderton.
Of course. How long has this little smuggling ring been going on, Marshal?
Who knows? Could have been going on since day one of the colony.
And you're just now learning of it?
Well, it's kind of one of those things where it seems like it's just been a little bit of stuff here and there. Sure, when you add it all up over the last 10 years or so, it's a lot, but any of the stuff that had gone missing is usually not enough to be missed till now.
See. Well, I hope that doesn't reflect badly upon your performance.
Yeah, well, we'll see. But thankfully, my performance is not weighed in by you guys.
No, of course it isn't. Well, thank you for your time, and please let me know if you find anything from Mr. Sharp's apartment.
Sure thing.
Thank you for your service, Marshal.
And thank you, Mr. Anderton, and everybody at the great company of Wayland Yutani.
Good day to you. So Sean's going back to his office to frantically type up new reports.
Or at least what he can remember of it.
Yeah. Right in...
Let's see. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and do an observation check. I'm gonna put that on the thing of how well you remember everything.
Damn, I should have kept my story point for that. You said observation?
Yeah.
Oh, hallelujah.
All right, yeah, no, you're able to you're able to recall almost everything on it, or at least enough to make it close enough to what you had before.
Yeah. Perfect. So that's what he will be submitting to Vargas, pending that these files, the original files, are not provided or procured in some kind of fashion by the very incompetent IT people.
All right then. Mr. Ransom.
That's me.
You get a message on your phone from the head marshal, asking to go and see if Nelson Sharp is in his domicile, since you're over there, and if he is, to escort him to the marshal's office.
Am I? Is this asynchronous communication with the? Can I like ask him what he's?
It's a text message. It's basically a text message.
I'll shoot a text or ask just a quick text, like grounds.
Theft suspect.
Sorry, say it again.
He just replies, suspected in theft of corporate property.
Interesting. All right. So I'll head over there now. So I'll head over and knock on his door and declare that I am the Marshal Service.
There is no answer.
Well, I do have contacts, at least. Sharp, he's an engineer.
Yeah.
At least I'm fairly familiar with the foreman of the work crews who are working on the mines. I'll get in touch with my contacts there in the mine and see if he's on shift today.
All right. So you contact the head mining foreman, whose name was, I'm pretty sure I wrote that one down.
Attention all Andromedans. This station operates in linear space-time. Please refrain from using hyperspace travel and communication.
It's a Japanese name that I put down there. Jason, did you, there we go. Hisao Hirano. It's the mining supervisor.
Hirano.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll ask him if he's got a Sharp who's on detail today.
He says, yeah, he saw him head down into the mines.
So would it be possible to recall him, bring him back up to the transit hub?
He kind of messages you back, says like, I'll see what I can do.
Sounds all right. And yeah, but anyway, is the door something I can access, or do I have to would I have to break it down if I were to get in there?
I mean, like, most of the door, like, all the doors have like a reader of some kind or whatever, just to kind of like gain access to. The doors all open automatically for the people who live there, because it's like, also like connected to the signal to the doors connected to the PDTs.
Mm-hmm.
But there is also a like an emergency access reader.
I see. And do the people here on the colony, do they have rights against search and seizure?
I mean, it works just like any other kind of like law enforcement, right? You have to have a warrant for it.
Sure. In that case, I'll wait a few minutes to see if I hear back from my contact, Mr. Hirano. But I'll in that case I'll sort of text Lucas, just tell him that like looks like he's out in the mines currently. I've requested him to be brought back for just a transit hub. I'm outside his door, but it's locked. I could ask the super to let me in, but we could run into some blowback.
Couple minutes go by. Message comes back. It's like he's not under arrest or anything yet, so don't jump the shark on this one.
Understood. In that case, I will start headed towards the transit hub to make my way towards the mine.
Okay. Mr. Nelson.
Oh boy, that's me.
Mm-hmm. You get down to the bottom floor of the mines where you were earlier. And as you're kind of like going through the hub area, getting all your equipment together and everything like that, you kind of hear you hear someone go, Nelson.
Yeah.
Marshals want to speak to you.
What for?
I don't know. What did you do?
I just got back from the hospital. What could I have done? All right. Where do they want me?
No, I would think the marshal's office.
I requested that they just you just meet me at the transit station.
Well,
right.
Yeah, that's what you said, but these guys are like just, saying it's like probably want you to go there.
All right. Guess I'm going to the marshal's office. Nelson's gonna leave his equipment there and make his way back. Yeah, I guess that's basically it.
Okay. As you come back from the mines on the rail tram, you see a marshal waiting there for you. He's kind of a well-built guy, got a bushy beard, nice haircut. Probably don't want to fuck with him though.
I'm not sure if or I don't
Name
think
tag says ransom on it.
Okay. I don't think Nelson would actually think about like if. I mean, they have people stationed around, anyways, right?
For the marshals.
I mean, I guess I don't know.
I mean, like the marshal services, I think they probably have maybe about a dozen people that's actually on staff. Maybe about 20 people. They don't have like a whole lot, right? They're not expecting to have enough to like put down riots or anything like that,
Right.
They're just have to deal with the occasional drunk every now and then, usually.
I just don't know a whole lot about a security detail with 1,000+ residents, so 20 is not that much. Interesting, but
well, they also get kind of augmented. They're also kind of augmented by the Marine contingent as well.
All right. I guess Nelson would kind of notice the marshal then, because the first thought was Nelson would kind of like not really notice him, because assuming it would be just random cops stationed around areas just in case if anything happens, but since that's not the case, I guess Nelson would notice the marshal there. It's like, you looking for me?
Does You're Sharp, right?
Yeah, that's me. What's up?
Ah, well, nice to meet you. Extends his hand to shake.
Nelson shakes.
Says, well, I got a request to ask you some questions. Apparently, some suit types got you figured for some sort of theft.
Theft? Well, that's not good.
Indeed, it isn't. But you know how these guys are. I'll just ask you to come with me. We'll bring you down to the station. I'm sure we'll just get this cleared up real quick.
Yeah, sure thing. All right.
All right. So we head over to Lucas.
Yep. So you guys are. There you go.
I still haven't changed my fucking picture for the.
Yeah, you need to change that back a little bit.
I just assumed that was his new state of mind.
Well, I guess it could work for this too, but he doesn't quite know what happened, generally speaking. So it's just like great, another suit type jumping in. It's like, what now?
Yep.
Yeah, basically.
All right, Nelson, I am gonna add a point of stress on you for this situation because nobody likes talking to the cops.
No, aren't the cops the good guys?
It depends on the situation.
Dead silence. Shit. All right.
Okay. All right, Mr. Sharp. Thank you for coming. Have a seat.
Thank you. So what seems to be the problem?
Does the name Sean Anderton ring any bells for you?
I believe so. Yeah, I think he showed up at after the whole explosion thing happened. He showed up in my hospital room or med bay room, and he asked me some questions. And then also a while ago, he asked about something else as well. I can't remember what the hell it was, but he also invited me up to his place. A bit fancy, but yeah. What's up?
Did Mr. Anderton rub you the wrong way or anything like that?
Rub you the wrong. See here. I can't really think of any real good ways that he would rub me the wrong way, aside from like normal suit types, I guess, if you want to call it that. Like, you know how it is. But besides that point, I don't think so.
He didn't try to pressure you into anything, try to put some sort of lean onto you, make you resentful of him or anything like that?
I don't believe so. Nothing that would actually, like, have any outcome to do with anything, no.
He didn't lean on you for anything.
No, I don't think he got that close. That was kind of weird, but
No. We mean, like, he didn't, like, try to, like, blackmail you or anything like that, or do anything. Yeah. Was he being a skeezy corporate type to you, basically make you pissed off at him?
I'm not sure where this is going. Did something happen with him?
So actually, I mean, Lucas, what can you tell us?
Look, apparently the guy was missing some files from his computer, and basically anything from a corporate's computer is corporate property.
Of course.
And apparently, it led back to the floor that you live on.
The floor that I live on.
Yep. Or at least that's what they said. And
And how many people-
I called the IT people to see about it, and they confirmed it. Nothing's been. You're not under arrest or anything yet, but
Mhm.
the coincidence is a little.
Well, it sounded like nothing happened. Nothing happened between Mr. Anderton and Mr. Sharp. So doesn't sound to me like there's really any coincidence at all. Am I right, Mr. Sharp?
No, nothing I can think of.
Really? Well, this is an interesting situation.
Well, that's all for now, Mr. Sharp. If we have any more questions for you, we'll let you know.
All right. Well, thank you, sirs. Hope y'all have a good day. Hope you know, what's it called? Yeah, hope you have a good day.
You hope they catch the perp?
Yeah, hope we get our man.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Sorry, it's since the explosion, things have been kind of wonky.
I totally understand. Well, if Mr. Anderton does come back around, he seems to be kind of agitated these days. You just let us know.
All right. I'll let y'all know then. What were your names again?
I'm John Ransom.
John Ransom. And
It's Ransom. With
Ransom.
Yeah.
Interesting name. But it was nice to meet you. And yeah, I guess I'll take my leave.
Have a good day, Mr. Sharp.
Mm-hmm. And likewise, Mr. Sharp will exit the room.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think, Ransom?
I think anything that makes our man, Mr. Anderton, sweat is probably something that isn't, I would say, high on our list of priorities. But it's hard to tell one way or the other how this might affect us. I'll keep an eye on things.
Yeah. As much posturing as I have to do around these Weyland-Yutani people, their money still eventually pays our paychecks because we're contracted out to them. But I don't like to let them know.
Indeed, sir.
All right. Keep an eye on Mr. Sharp. I'm sure there might be something there, there might not be, but...
Oh, there almost certainly is, I think, sir. It's,
we just have to figure out what it is.
Precisely.
All right. Thanks, Ransom. Sorry to call you on your day off.
All in a day's work, man.
And, he dismisses you and everything. So
Cool. All right.
Okay. And on that note, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of end it here. Because the next bout of stuff that I have planned that I still have to kind of detail out a little bit more is gonna move into other larger events.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yep. So yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Oh, goody. Oh, wait, does Sean get his spa day?
Yeah, Sean gets his spa day.
Okay. Good, good.
All right. So, rewardages. Let's see. Everybody gets a point for participating today.
Let's see here.
Damn it, Steve. Yeah, so everybody gets a point for participating. Nobody really sacrificed anything for a personal agenda. Nobody risked their life or anything.
How is my health at the moment? Should I have like filled that up a bit ago?
Yeah, no, you should have full health.
10
What?
health.
No, not 10. No, your health is equal to your strength.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So yeah.
Alright.
Everybody gets a story point if you didn't already have one.
I don't think I got anything else for Jukes.
Yeah, nobody really did risk their life for anything. I don't think anybody stood up to a rival today. Nobody made a panic roll. Dangerous event. Sean, you made a discovery, so I'll give you that.
Okay.
And nobody really did extraordinary actions of any kind.
Except for Timmy.
Wow.
Pooping in someone's shoe.
I don't think anybody else made any kind of discovery or anything like that.
No, officer, I have no idea what happened. to-
Actually, does the dream count?
As a discovery or revelation?
yeah.
No. At least not
Okay.
yet.
Right. Okay. I thought as much, but I figured I'd double check.
My character sheet's-
And nobody earned any extra money or anything like that. So yeah, pretty much only 1 XP for this session for most people. I think some of y'all still might put y'all at the 5 points to be able to buy stuff though, with just the 1.
Not me. I'm one short.
Yeah.
My character sheet is not loading.
Yeah, I'm one short too.
The
Yeah,
only
I
thing
s-
I managed to do is deduct some money for my drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know a couple people are at like 4 XP. So I think at the very least, like I think 1 or 2 of y'all might be at 5 XP now.
Yeah.
Sean, I think I saw you at 4 XP, or did you just put 1 in?
No, my character sheet's not loading,
Okay.
so I'm not. I'll have to come back to it.
Okay. Yeah, it says you're at 4 XP, so you're at 5 now. And I'll put your story point in there too.
Thank you.
Well, you said Sean also may have gotten.
Oh yeah,
one
Sean got
extra
2
point.
points.
Yeah.
Sean got 2 points.
Let's see here.
So you get a second story point if you had one last time, or
No,
what's
you
that?
can only ever have 1 story point at any time.
Gotcha.
Ah, okay. Shit.
Max story points you can have is 1.
There can only be one.
Wait, what? Then why is there like 3?
Okay, so normally when your story points are meant for the cinematic games and whatnot, and at the end of like I forget if it's every session or every act, you get a story point, and you can have
Every
a
act.
max of 3 to use. In cinematic games, you normally don't gain experience points or anything like that, and so you get the story points and stuff like that to spend to affect stuff. But I'm doing
Gotcha.
kind of a hybrid thing where you're getting XP and a single story point.
Gotcha.
So
What is my Comtech? Can you take a look at that, Peter?
your Comtech is 3.
Can I spend my XP to bump that up to 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
updated for you. All right, your contact is now 4.
Yay! Thank you.
Tim,
back to
anybody
that
else
one.
having trouble getting to their sheet?
Nope.
Yeah, it's just not loading.
All right.
Seems Timmy's done more than erase.
Yeah, Timmy, what have you done? Damn it, Timmy.
Unfortunate Wayland Utani employee.
Oh goodness.
All right. Anybody got any questions or comments or anything like that about the session?
That was
I'm
more
done
fun role playing.
I'm not in too deep shit right yet.
Yeah, I mean, for winging it, we winged that whole thing, right?
Yeah, more. I mean, like, there's like one thing that I wanted to happen that I kind of had planned, but like, yeah, mostly it was winging it.
What was that one thing planned?
The dream.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad I could help facilitate that. I was gonna say I was kind of winging it for my character, so
Yeah.
I'm glad it stumbled into that direction.
Hmm. Your character's interaction with his ex was very cringy.
I succeeded.
Yeah. Very cringy. Good work.
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, I hope everybody had fun with that, and things are likely going to start picking up here in the next session or so. So,
Cool.
All right.
And on.
Well, thank you.
And hopefully we'll hear back from Chris.
yep.
Hopefully
Yeah.
so.
That is unfortunate he couldn't join, but I had fun this round. This was neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Peter.
All right. I'm glad you all had fun, and I will see y'all next time.
Hey,
All right.
All right.
Y'all.
Thanks again.
Bye.
Bye.
And I will see y'all next time as well. Hope y'all are enjoying the campaign so far. And look, if you didn't get to watch it here, we'll have it up on YouTube in about a week or so. All right. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the campaign. Later.